Hello Professor, this is my recording for CST 236, my final recording for Milestone 7, just the code updates here. For this one I decided to do the order tracking, mostly because I had part of it already done. In my database I already had a delivered column and just had to change it from being only being able to hold 0s or 1s and take it to being able to hold 0 to 7. So we'll show you how we did that in the website here. So you see, this is our my account page or user details page. We've got addresses and cards displaying up here. We're not too much worried about those. Sales report you saw the other day. But we've got two new buttons here. We've got current orders and request return. So if we hit current orders, you can see that we've got one order that's still not delivered. We go back to my account and we hit request return. We've got this one that we have received, but we can request a return. And you see that this wasn't displaying when I hit current orders. So if I go back to the current orders, there's no buttons over here at all. And then if we go into the sales report, and I go just last month to today, we submit that. You can see we've got all of them here. And this is the one that we were talking about getting a return on. You can see we've received it because of this bar here, and then that's the one that we actually hadn't received yet that we were looking at earlier. So, and you can see like with this one that's actually received, there's nothing we can do there. We can't update the delivery status or anything, so nothing there either. But on this one, because we haven't received it, we can. And then if we scroll all the way down, you can see that this one actually has a red bar, requested, received, and refunded, and you can update delivery status still. So I'll show you how we ended up doing that. We're over in our code here. So that user details page that we were seeing, we're gonna so here's that section for the bottom left corner, the sales report corner. And if we move past that, we've got the bottom right corner here, just a couple of messages to display. And then unset, so failure messages, success messages are just kind of there so that I can see the status of what's going on. Just like with before, here's those two buttons here. We've got current orders and request return. And you can see that the input here, input type hidden from request return, sets the value to true. And here, input type hidden from current orders. So these two inputs are going to become important in just a second. We'll start with we'll start with request return just because that's the job that I'm trying to do here. So request return here, this is the handler for right here. Handler for that is request return. So here we go up at request return. It's sort of just a wrapper for the get delivered orders call in the business thing, and we'll look at those in a minute. And then it just includes show sales report. Show sales report I'm using for everything. So if you look at get all orders, we've got get current orders, and then it includes that show sales report again. It was a really easy way to keep everything standard and the same, looking the same across everything. And then in show sales report, the way that we ended up displaying, I ended up displaying those buttons and displaying them sometimes and not displaying them others, was actually using those hidden requests. So these two, request return and get all orders, which get all orders is the handler for the get from current order, the get current orders button. Same deal there. And in both of those, we're setting those hidden inputs and then testing those hidden inputs here because it's an include file. We can test it. And the logs may give you a little bit of an error, but it's just a warning. It's not even an error. So here we're testing if it's not from current orders, then we can show this part, which will tell you the failure message, which that should probably be outside of it. Excuse me. Got something stuck in my throat. And then down here we've got the update delivery status button here that only displays if you're not coming from current orders. Down here we've got the same test from request return, and which is that hidden input from the other one. And we're just looking at it's just a form to request return. So then if we click request return, we go here, we go to this handler, which displays that, and if we click that button there, that's going to be the request return handler, and that is just set deliver to return. So then we'll go into the data here, and this will show you everything that we were doing. Update delivery status. This is the button that you could hit to update the delivery status, which is just update order delivery. So in order data business, sorry, we're calling business, which is just a wrapper for the data. And then in data, we've got update order delivery, which is just updating the table, setting delivered to delivered +1. It's just increasing it one space. And then in the other one, we're set delivered to return, update delivered to 5. 5 is, as you can see here, 5 is return requested. So, and that's why on this one down here, you can see that it's red and return is requested. The way that I did that CSS there, I found somewhere on the internet that had it actually. Man, can't get my throat clear. But we can see in show sales report, we've just got this class meter and return fillable or fillable. And if we scroll all the way up to our CSS, this is the CSS for that. Beyond that, those are really the only updates I made. Oh, I'll show you the database too, just to be safe here. We've got this guy, order ID number 38. Its delivered status is 4. So if we go into our website here, and we find order ID number 38, boom, right there, we can see that it's number 4. If we were to go in here and set it to, say, 1, then refresh this page, refresh this page, we can see that now this is down here. If we were to update it to 5, which this can all be done through the website itself, I'm just doing it this way because it's really simple, or we can do it to 6, that works too, and refresh this page, you can see that it's now return has been received. So that is the updates that I made to my code. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, let me know.